Today we want to talk about comparing the quarantine situation in the Philippines with the quarantine situation in the United States.
It's really scary times. People are losing their jobs. No one's protecting themselves.
There's like a lot of people sick.
It does not feel like anything that I've ever seen before in New York City.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another quarantine vlog here from Siargao, the Philippines. Right now it is day...
I don't know.
We've been here in Siargao for quite some time already. I am sorry that we didn't publish any videos in the last 2 days, but we actually transferred to another accommodation and it was all kind of hectic, and our minds just kind of were somewhere else the past 2 days, so we didn't get around to filming or editing vlogs. But you know how it is, taking a break sometimes makes life so much more better. And we have really been going strong with like non-stop video production every day for quite some time, so it feels good to kind of press the reset button and come back from a new space with new headspace. Today we want to talk about a really hot topic. It is comparing the quarantine situation in the Philippines with the quarantine situation in the United States. As you've seen in the media, the United States has started to become the epicenter of this epidemic, of this pandemic. And we have a lot of friends in the US.
And we are in very close touch with them, and we ask them to showcase what it is like in the US right now.
Yeah, and it's quite important for us to get that feedback from our friends. We got some messages from friends in Miami where Nelly and I used to live. So for us, it's kind of shocking to see in the media how things have been developing.
Yeah.
And I also just wanted to talk in general, also for our friends out there and for our viewers that are not in the Philippines, what is the situation like for us now, right here in Siargao. And I can say I still feel very, very safe here in Siargao. There's been no recorded cases in Surigao del Norte, Surigao del Sur, and Siargao. So the whole area is completely free of cases, which makes us feel very good. I think there's one person under monitoring on the island, which means it's only one person that has not completed the 14-day quarantine, which is very encouraging. And what's the food situation here?
Today we went food shopping, and it was actually all stocked up, meaning that the market was fully stocked up with fresh produce. The supermarket was stocked up with all the provisions that you need for home. We got some meat from the butchery, so the situation right now is looking good on Siargao Island, which we are all happy about.
One thing I have to say which really impressed me in the Philippines, what I've been seeing from other friends in Manila and also around Siargao in the area, people really follow the rules. People are taking the quarantine serious.
Yes.
We've just gone out to get food, money, water, that kind of stuff. And we also see it here in Siargao that very few people go outside. They just go outside for the necessities.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's really awesome. And I think if everybody keeps on doing as they have been doing over the past few weeks, we will get through this much faster than we would if everybody would just be doing whatever they want to do. So that is really, really good.
And it's a community quarantine right now. As far as I know, in Austria, it's not the case. People are just asked to be at home. But yeah, the situation develops at the moment. So. And
that's a very polarizing thing of specifically now Europeans. They don't really like to be told what to do. So if an Austrian gets told to stay at home, they're like, oh no, I'm not going to stay, I'm going to do what I want to do. How dare you tell me to stay home? And the mentality here in Southeast Asia specifically is completely different. People are well aware, and I think it's because, especially here in the Philippines also, it's not the first time that there has been outbreaks. People are kind of used to trust in their government and do things for the better good of the whole community. And it's just in Europe we usually don't have these cases. I mean,
they're just well trained for natural disasters in general compared to European countries or the US. Since we live here in the Philippines, we experienced volcano eruption, earthquake, typhoons, and all sorts of stuff. Now
we reached out to our friends in the US yesterday and asked us to send us some messages from and share their current situation, what it's like, what they've experienced and how they're handling the situation. And we got some really cool videos back from them which we wanted to share with you guys. And I think we'll just start off with David's message.
Yeah.
He sent us a quick video from Miami, so let's check it out.
Hey Mike and Ellie, I hope you guys are safe, staying at home in the Philippines. I've been home for like 18 days since I got back from Bhutan. I actually had to buy like a one-way flight out of there. Everything went really bad. The last day in Bhutan, India started closing their border, then America closed flights from Europe, and I thought, let me get home as fast as possible. So I flew to India, got in just before they closed the foreigners, and then that night I flew home. And I've been home ever since, 18 really hard days. It's really scary times. People are losing their jobs. Industries are extremely suffering right now. Restaurant, tourism, hotels, everything is going really bad. I know we're gonna get through this. I just don't know how long. I feel like it's gonna be at least till June 1st before we see a big, change in our daily lives. Like me, I can't even. Well, I personally haven't even left my house. I've left like twice. One time to get gas and one time to pick up some food, but always with a mask on. I have gloves, hand sanitizer. The situation is just very, very scary. Miami situation isn't so bad. Dade County is like, I think 2,000 cases total. The biggest issue here in Miami, from what I've been seeing, is that I drive from one place to the other, and I already see people outside and no one's protecting themselves. That's the big thing, is like no one's social distancing. That's why it's still spreading in America. People are like really, I don't know if they're delusional about it, they just don't think it could happen to them. But I personally know about 5 people that have it, a few doctors obviously because they're in the hospitals, but just random people that you would never think got it and just got it from going out. Yeah guys, I just wanted to send you this message. I love you guys, stay safe, we're gonna get through this together, and we'll talk soon after quarantine. Peace.
I can also totally see how stressful that situation must have been, because you were out here in Asia, far away from your family, and then like borders start closing up.
Yeah.
Literally the same thing was happening to us here in the Philippines. Actually, we had left Manila long before the community quarantine got put in place, and long before the lockdown happened in Manila, because we were on a road trip already, and we were in North Samar when like Luzon shut down, East Samar was shutting down.
All of a sudden we're just like, we have to start moving, otherwise we will be like trapped in like one place where we have difficulties to get around, to get supplies, to find a place to sleep, because it's a very remote area.
We were really lucky that we were like in a group together on the road. We had all our stuff in the car. Literally, we were in Biri Island. We jumped into the car, and as everything was shutting down around us, we were still able to make it here to Siargao, where we have a safety net, where we have people that we know, we have a place to stay, we know where to get food. So we're really, really lucky. And yeah, man, stay safe. I wish you and your family all the best. Stay positive, and we'll get through this.
By the way, you can check out David's videos. His channel is linked down below, as always.
All right, next up, still staying in Miami, our friends Johnny and Vicky also sent us a message. Let's see how their situation is.
What's up guys? So we're in Miami, and it doesn't seem like people are really taking this too seriously right now.
There's still so many cars out in the street. Like when we look out our window, we've been quarantined already for more than 2 weeks already. We just leave to go to the grocery store and get essential things, but a lot of people aren't quarantined themselves yet. People think it's not a big deal, even though there's like a lot of people sick. I don't think anyone really knows how bad it is, but
you can Google it. Like I think across the states, a lot of people have been doing parties, so they get together to party, and then
it's like defeats the whole purpose of the quarantine. Most businesses are closed, like restaurants, bars, stuff like that. And when you go to the grocery store or a lot of markets, they only allow a certain amount of people in, so you have to wait outside in line, and it just seems really kind of crazy and apocalyptic.
There's a curfew from 10 p.m. until 5 in the morning, but I still see cars outside. So
yeah, you get fined if you're out after the curfew. We stocked up on groceries, still no toilet paper in the stores. People bought toilet paper. Some things are kind of hard to find.
Shower and wipe yourself in the shower, bro.
Some things are still hard to find, like cleaning supplies, like wipes, like Lysol wipes, toilet paper, hand sanitizer does not exist here. So yeah, that is where we're at. And I think it's probably just gonna get much worse. We're still gonna be quarantined, working from home,
Stay safe, stay healthy, guys.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Bye.
Okay, can we zoom into Vicky's eye roll when people are like going out to have parties? So yeah, that is the most stupid thing that you can do right now.
Really, really bad. And first of all, thank you guys for that message. Thank you for giving us some insights. Miami's been really bad because there was spring break in
Yeah.
Miami just like a week ago, and it's beyond me how people could go to that
Yeah.
in the current situation.
We saw the videos on the internet, and like our first reaction was this, like how is this even possible, and the consequences will be really bad.
Yeah. I think one good thing about the situation in Miami, I still remember when we were living in Miami, it was very easy to order food online and get stuff delivered
Yeah.
home, which means you really don't have to go outside.
But one thing that we don't know is what the situation with the delivery is right now,
Yeah.
because people are not, or like there aren't enough people to supply probably.
Yeah. Good to hear that there's a stay-at-home issue ordered in Florida. Finally, I think it was today or yesterday that
Yeah.
they issued the stay-at-home order, which is really good. And Johnny, Vicky, thank you for being, for staying at home for the past 2 weeks. Also, David, really good effort, good job. I know there weren't any laws prohibiting you from going out in
Yeah.
Miami in the last 2 weeks, so it was really your choice, and that's the way to go. That's
And
the
I
only way
also-
to do it.
I also love Vicky's Instagram, because she really puts out her thoughts. She really puts her thoughts out there, and it's like everything is very detailed. So she informed her followers about the situation and said, guys, just don't go outside, stay at home, stay safe, sanitize, don't take any risks, and this is not something you can take easily. So she was very aware of how dangerous it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For good vibes, follow Johnny and Vicky on Instagram.
Yeah.
And if you want to see some great home workouts, no equipment needed, Vicky has an amazing fitness channel, which we'll link down below as well.
So we're going to wrap up our Miami thing with our dear friend Christos, who has a great humor. So we just want to send you some good vibes with his video. So Christos, what is the situation right now at your place?
The pandemic finds our city under a state of emergency and a shelter-in-place order. At 1,500 infections on March 26, South Florida cases have risen sevenfold over the past week. Almost 15% of cases, this is not a working environment I can work in. Can you stop scratching, please? Or get out of my room. Come on, Oliver.
Oliver! So Christos never fails to put a smile on our faces. He has such a great sense of humor,
Yeah.
and I think he was actually filming something for work. That's Christos. Martin, great coffee, man. Next up we have Pierre tuning in from Chicago. Pierre, tell us what's going on.
Run! No, I'm joking, guys. It's not a zombie attack, but I gotta tell you, life here in Chicago has changed completely. There's no one in the streets. People are trying to keep their distances from each other, which is kind of surprising. Most of the businesses are closed, which makes it like life has stopped on the outside. But on the inside, a lot is happening, obviously, because people every day at 8 p.m. flip the lights on and they try to cheer up to show their support for the workers who are doing an incredible job in the hospitals and all around to keep us safe. Personally, I have a ton of editing work, so I've been spending a lot of time indoors lately, so it hasn't changed too much. But definitely all my travel plans after have been canceled. It's gonna be tough, but I have that little girl here to take care of also with my wife, so that keeps us also very busy. Now, remember, maybe you don't think you're affected, but try to protect your loved ones. Don't get them sick. So make sure you stay in, stay safe. It's not a wartime. There is no zombie attack. It could be way worse. We're being asked to stay home. Just enjoy at home while other people are helping us fight all that. And when it gets better, we'll all go out and have some fun and party and karaoke and dance. Sending you some good vibes from Chicago. Stay home, stay safe, protect your loved ones. I'll see you maybe in another episode. Bye.
Thank you, Pierre, for your message. Yeah, absolutely right. The frontliners, the medical staff, transport, logistics, all of these people are out there putting themselves in harm's way for us. So it's a really good message to, stay home for those people. They're out there so we don't have to be. It's actually a privilege that we are able to stay home and stay safe in times like this. We should be blessed that we have a home to stay in and still have, food on our tables, food to eat and to stay healthy. Yeah.
So I really like Pierre's optimism. As a content creator, we all know you spend most of the time behind your laptop, inside your home, although it looks like we are having fun 24/7, but it is part of our job to be at home mostly. So I think for him and like all of the other content creators who are at home, that's like our life.
By the way, guys, if you are stuck at home and you don't know what to do and you've always wanted to get into photography, Pia has an amazing photography course. It's a 30-day to better photography course. We'll link it down below. We're going to be in quarantine for the next 30 days, I am sure. So you at least can take that as a challenge for yourself to learn something new.
Yeah.
Now on to our friend Jimmy, who is in upstate New York.
Hey Mike and Nelly, life out here in quarantine isn't so bad because we're not in New York City. We're in upstate New York. We're actually building a track right now, kind of keep us busy while we're locked here on the compound. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope life in the Philippines is okay and you guys are staying safe and healthy.
Hey Jimmy, hope you guys are staying safe. Hopefully we'll see you guys soon again in the Philippines. Yeah, Jimmy is in a similar lucky situation as we are. You know, we're here in Siargao, we can go outside, we have like a garden and we have palm trees around us. We literally can hear the ocean close by. And Jimmy is in upstate New York where he can go outside. I think they have big area. They were building a motorbike track, as you were saying.
Yeah, so I think they are staying on their property, which is good.
Yeah, but
keeping themselves busy.
Yeah, and if you have like space for activity, that's of course very, very awesome. Yeah. And now let's move on to our friend John, who is located in the epicenter. He is in Manhattan, in New York City. And yeah, John, take it away.
What's up, Mike and Nelly? It's John. I am in Manhattan right now, New York City, in Greenwich Village, and things have changed here a lot. Now, we are the epicenter for the crisis in the United States. We have by far the most cases, and in Manhattan specifically, I've noticed a lot of people have actually left the city because I don't think they want to be socially distancing themselves in the tiny apartments that we have here. I've noticed that the streets barely have any cars anymore. You don't hear cars honking anymore. I can hear birds, which I never really could in the past. And when you're walking, people are very cautious. They're trying to avoid you, doing their best to keep their space during a difficult period. But the supermarkets are fine. The pharmacies are fine. I feel like all of the essentials are there, and we still have plenty of options for food delivery and pickup because, you know, New York City is really great for that. But overall, it does not feel like anything that I've ever seen before in New York City, specifically in Manhattan. Just kind of feels like a ghost town. Stay safe, guys.
Okay, we have been to New York several times, and it is part of New York to hear sirens, honking, and traffic noise. But apparently, it's not like that anymore.
Yeah, and the tough thing is, you know, in New York, you really mostly live in small apartments. It's an uber luxury to have a big apartment in New York, and almost like you can't afford it. So the whole life in New York is around going out, going to places, spending time outdoors.
And there are a lot of parks as well.
Yeah, and that must make the situation so much more tough because you're paying high rent, but you have to stay in your tiny apartment. John, hang in there. We're gonna get through this. It's just a little bit of a stretch, but yeah. Also in Manila, apartments generally aren't very big and rent is quite high. So you kind of live in a situation where you want to be outdoors in Manila, but you have to stay confined to your apartment. It is so important. We will link everybody's channels down below in the description. If you want to see great content from New York, you have John's channel, Here Be Bar. Jimmy and Tar show you amazing travel vibes from around the world. David will bring you the most amazing food from around the world on his channel. So if you're hungry, don't tune in, but if you want to see some amazing food, definitely check it out. Pierre, you will learn everything about photography by watching Pierre's videos. Definitely to also check out his course if you want to really, really up your game, and if you want to stay fit and stay healthy. Vicky Justice Fitness. Alright guys, I hope all of you out there are staying safe and sane, most importantly. If you want us to make a video talking about how to maybe manage anxieties or lower the stress, the feeling of stress while you're at home, let us know in the comments down below. That might be something that we'll be able to do. And yeah, I think it's on a serious note. I know we try to make our videos like fun and upbeat and joyful all the time. We mainly are doing that for you guys because that's the kind of content that you're used to. But fact is, we spend 23 hours out of the day just at home indoors on our laptops, working, reading, editing, and maybe like 10 to 20 minutes of the day filming. And in those 10 to 20 minutes, we try and put in as much positive energy as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you can see it on our faces that has taken a toll on us as well. But as we've said many times in today's video, stay strong, stay safe. We'll get through this together.
Yes. And to end on a funny note, we'll play the last video of Christos and Oliver, his cat.
I'm sorry. The cat just fell off the window. Yes. Is he gonna make it back up? Is he not gonna make it back up? Come on. Yay, he made it back up. So.
If you guys have been missing us too much, definitely check out Martin's channel. He's done daily vlogs also yesterday and the day before. And we've got some camos in his vlog. Also check out Avi's channel. Everything linked in the description down below.
We thought this would be an interesting comparison for you guys. Also for us, it was interesting to see how our friends are doing and what the situation is like. So
we will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Remember to stay awesome.
Be positive.
And
make
it
it happen.
Bye-bye.